I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna ignore it. All these things that YouTube says is so stupid. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hailk empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Being Hailk empath, man, I'm always feeling some kind of bullshit. You pick up on other people's bullshit, man. You just feel it. You just gotta go through it. Huh, Mom? You know, today's a pretty good day, though. I don't have anything to complain. I don't want to be complaining. I don't want to be the complainer. It's just, you know, you do what you're supposed to do. We cross our T's and dot our I's, and then some control freak somewhere goes, you didn't dot your I right, and you didn't cross your T good enough, so we're going to have to start everything all over and stuff because my wife doesn't love me anymore, and she hasn't had sex with me in weeks, and my kids don't listen to me, and I feel like I'm powerless in my life, so I'm going to wreck your day because I feel bad about myself. That's what the world is, man. Nothing works. I got my little rainbow light out. It transitions. Mom likes it. Dogs are outside being dogs. That's cool. I'm going to go out when I'm done with my talk and and clean out the big red truck, and then AAA's going to come and get her and take her off to the shop, and then she's going to get sold. See, you're supposed to sell vehicles and things like that, not people. The whole world has gone out of control, man. This whole storyline of control and power has just gotten so seedy and gross. And technology, man, it's so stupid. You know what this Rona did? You know what this Ronavirus did, Mom? This Ronavirus is allowed all the lazy fucking people in the world to just live in their lays. And to stay there. It's given them all permission to be like, oh no, I might get the flu, and then if you're healthy and they don't want to, if they're healthy and don't want to go to work, you know what they use for an excuse? You might make someone else sick and they could die. Yeah, so they put on the guilt and the fear, and then, oh no, I'm so scared. I need to spend all my money on stuff that'll make me feel better because that's what marketing exists for. All this stuff, it exists to perpetuate money. See, because here, if you ever thought that the earth was for people, if you ever thought that the earth was for, like, you know, like, we're all spirits, right? But they farm our spirits. They eat our spirits. They take our spirits by just not freaking letting us live life in a comfortable way, man. They just take people, and it's people that are really unimaginative. Have you ever talked to a politician? It's like talking to freaking styrofoam. It is. They like have no content of character. That's why and I love how they're freaking in the news. They like to perpetuate like the guy, Mom, nobody shows up to this guy's events, right? Like 8 people, right? They show up to this guy's like because he's running for president, so they have to spend all the taxpayers' money flying all over the world or all over the country to go vote for me, just like we were in the 7th and 8th grade. You know, only when you were in the 7th and 8th grade, you had to pay for your own markers and poster board and stuff like that. But here, when you're a politician in America, you are a rich person that just goes around and talks about what you could do for other people because you care so much. But the funny thing is neither side, the left or the right, ever does anything for anybody. They just serve themselves. And so we've lived in this system, you know, and then these people are being distracted by pro sports and all this, you know, NFL, and oh, these guys are so talented. They work like a third of the year and they make millions of dollars, but they're really great, so we pay them for that because people go, why? It's all harvesting energy and stuff, and none of it's for God. And so God, you know, God and Satan, they sit down and they talk about, okay, this is how it's gonna go, you know, this is how it's gonna go. Everything that happens, they settle it out. They agree upon it, you know, based on how people act. It's like, all right, people act this way, you know, cue the hurricanes. If people continue to be opportunistic dicks and freaking just want to keep making billions and billions of money, let's just flip those poles, you know. Let's you know, the whole Midwest is like under a deep freeze right now. You know, deep freeze. There's storms all over the Midwest and ice and stuff like that. Cause, you know, because people don't get that we deep freeze, Ma. Deep freeze. People don't get that we create this stuff. We create it with our intentions, with just being cold and withholding. People don't get you're cold and withholding. Like, you got a little kid that loves you and wants to hang out with you, and you're just like, no, I don't want to deal with you, kid, and all that stuff. You know, that's cold and withholding. So that is a vibration that goes out into the earth, and there's too many people do that stuff, and then freaking hell to pay, man. Hell to pay. Hell's coming. Hello from South Carolina. Kim, you are from South Carolina. I thought that was, Violet Mellon was from South, but she's from Massachusetts, up by Carl. Carl's up from Massachusetts too. So I'm seeing, that's what I'm getting really frustrated with, because I'm not a lazy person, and I don't like it when other people do things for me and stuff like that. And I don't like, you know, when you go to do a service, it's so weird how people just don't want to help people. They just don't want to help people. They just want to hinder. It's so weird. It's such a trip. It's like in customer service, man, I would have gotten fired for talking to people the way that, like, these little bopper bitches, you know, the big hair, you know, the pretty young girls. You don't know they don't know what customer service is, because people got used to saying whatever they wanted to whoever on these things, and then they take it out in the world, you know, and they say that, and be glad that there's people that believe, and you don't put your hands on other people, because there's a lot more people that do believe that if you distrust, you disrespect, you're going to get a pop in the nose, and those are all the people that are going to come out right now. Those are the ones that are all melting down. It's so funny. They're saying Biden's like gaining in the polls. It's like, no, he's not. See, what the astrology has already been saying for years. I've been studying this stuff, tracking this stuff for 3 freaking years, man. Like, hot and heavy. Longer than that, my own birth chart, but just like the astrology of the world and stuff. And it don't matter who wins. It don't matter. All hell's gonna break loose. It's gonna be an up. Yeah, because if Biden wins, the whole world, America is going, no, he didn't, because if you just look at, like, his freaking, the guy's a lunatic, first of all. He's a total pedo. He touches kids, and there's video footage of him, like, raking his hand across a young girl's hand across his junk and stuff. And, you know, I'm like, how does this guy even get to run for president, you know? How does it, oh, because he's a rich politician, and it's all a game of chess. It's all a game, you know? It's all a game. It's all a game. Keegan posted a video earlier of a thing of Alec Baldwin on a TV show that was made years ago. Third, and he was talking about, oh, elections don't decide who presidents are. Corporation presidents do. Because it's all about money. It's nothing has anything to do with people. And if you're a person that doesn't have money, then you're just a freaking, you know, you're just a drain on society. But it's so funny, because these people that say that we're a drain on society, they pay themselves 6 figures. And nobody, and I never remember ever seeing on a ballot giving any freaking them any raise like that. But they make between the 536 seats in Congress, they account for $92 million annual income for just that's if they all made the lowest base pay, and they don't, and that doesn't, and they don't pay for their cars, they don't pay. It's all just like the military higher ups. They don't pay for. They get allowances for everything. See, they have their base pay, and then they get clothing allowance, they get housing allowance, they get all these different allowances, and they're no fucking different than we are. Oh, but they put themselves, they say, we're military, we're defending the country, and what they did is this country, when is it going to start saying sorry for all the freaking carnage that it did in the name of money and Luciferi? Yeah, it's all your Democratic Party. It's the demon party, man. The demons are partying it up. Summons and all those lower vibe, you know, killing people, making people go to war, and telling us, telling American citizens that you know, send your children and your sons and daughters over to perpetuate these ideas, because it's for our own good. It's for our own good to send your daughters so that we can already wipe out these impoverished countries, you know. That's why I like Donald DT, because he's trying to bring those people home. Because he knows that we don't got no business there. You know, but all these cretins, man, they're just cretins. You know, and then you see all Trump's his rallies, and there's like thousands of people there. You know? And then they show Biden, and then like 8 people, 12 I think, maybe one, I think, oh, we'll say there's 40 people there. But compared to that, and then they're going to say that more people like him, it don't match up. It don't add up, and that's what the media does, you know, and that's why people are leaving freaking YouTube. I mean, YouTube, I'll keep trying to make videos, but it just gets more frustrating every time, man. And you know what, it's funny? This is what they do. It says start stream. You're not getting enough video to create stream. Open widget, right? There's a little thing you can click open widget, and then the widget says you're not getting enough video for the stream, and then but it doesn't offer any solutions. You know, that's what these companies do. Is just it's a freaking choose your own adventure that never ends. It never ends, and it's never supposed to have a solution, and it's never supposed to, you know, be a fix. It's just all cognitive dissonance. So, like I say, if people can get their shit to work, good for you, man. Good for you. Peace in the Middle East, yeah. Now it says that you need to change the video resolution. But I did that, and then I hit save, and then I go into Chrome, and so evidently it's thinking of something from Safari, and this is... I think that the light switch ruined it for a lot of people. Well, because so many people got conditioned that if you turned on a light switch, the light goes on, right? And then so they think that when they do work on these things, that they're just going to work how they think that they're going to work, right? But technology is so freaking convoluted right now, man. It's so saturated. It's just saturated. It's just they keep putting version after version, but they don't like remove there's still other versions out there. And it's all, data gets replicated and stacked, and it's a mess because they never did the maintenance. They never like took the time to remove old versions and things like that. They just kept piling more stuff on top of the other, and now if you can get your shit to work, you get it to work, and if not, then, you know, try another day. Try another day if you're lucky. But, I mean, somebody on the video made a comment that it was hard to watch because it's so glitchy, you know. And I'm paying now. I'm gonna pay $80 a month for internet. It's still less than I paid before, but it don't work the way it should. You know, nothing ever. You don't get what you pay for.
What's glitchy? Is that static?
Yeah, you just don't get what you pay for. It's slow. There's like a lot of disconnection, you know, but it says I have a full, you know, I got all my bars, I'm all full connectivity, you know. It's theoretic, everything's theoretically. It's all theoretically. So, what do? I haven't even been like smoking flower much and stuff, you know. I just, the world ain't fun right now. It's not fun. You know, and then I can't even smoke flower right now because I'm too sensitive to that, because I get frustrated because I'm so powerless. I'm so powerless for like getting stuff to work, you know. I'm just powerless, and it's just all day, every day I turn to God. Thank you, God, for all the blessings, you know. It's easy to bless God or thank God when you're getting your way all the time. Isn't that easy? Thank God for this blessing, and thank God for it's a little bit harder to do. Thank you for the blessing of the big red truck and getting rid of her, you know, and having to get rid of her, and thank you for the blessing, you know, that we're in a safe place, and just, you know, everybody's okay, you know. And it's still so hard to see so many people, like, I mean, I don't go to Facebook much, and I don't go to, like, the news much, but there's still people living the best versions of their lives, and I'm just like, how? I couldn't, even if I was living the best version of my life right now, I couldn't, because there's so many other people in turmoil, you know? It's like, how can they ignore elderly? Dude, there's so many people that are in just such a bad way right now. You know, and there's no agency to help. There's no agency to help. Of all different ages. Because no people are losing their jobs. But, hey, the people that make up the rules, they keep getting paychecks. So it doesn't affect them. And they don't have the empathy to live outside themselves to recognize how much people are fucking struggling. And that they don't get that when people struggle, they're going to start doing crazy shit. I did see one news account that 30 cops got freaking hurt in Philadelphia because they shot one cop shot a black dude. So I'm saying the energy is escalated. People are not going to have control over their own selves if they don't have a spiritual fitness conditioning. They're not. They're losing their fucking minds everywhere. People are just losing it, and they're gonna lose their lives, you know. And it's gonna be a lot more ugly and disgusting than anything of the Rona that is done. I can't believe people are still buying into that shit. It's almost November, and they're still buying into this shit. Take your power back, people. Just don't fucking wear it. You know, but then what we have is we have the heart space of the control freak. You know, we were having this conversation yesterday. It's just like, it's not a law. It's not a law to wear a mask, but people feel that are small, feel small, so they make themselves feel bigger by being like a, you know, someone that makes a minimum wage, you know, like I said earlier, they don't have a whole lot of control in their lives. So they can put that control on other people to make themselves feel better. Like you go into a store and you don't have we have the right to refuse service. Okay, you refuse service to me because I'm not wearing a mask, you know? And then I will never come back to the store ever again. Ever again. So I will never be a customer. So that's and that's the thing, is people need to start doing that, putting the hurt on the motherfuckers that are doing all this mass stuff and shit. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. And they're going to start saying, oh, the second wave because we're coming into flu season. And that's all it is anyway. You know, there's readings, oh, the regular influenza, the regular flu is down 95%. Oh, that's because it's been, the numbers have been replaced by this made-up scamdemic that was created in a lab in frickin' China, you know, to frickin' get the world to stop. And they're all, ha, we did it, stupid Americans. All you gotta do is tell them to wear a mask, and they're gonna do it forever, dummies. Just pull the wool over their eyes, Mom. The Americans got the wool pulled over. The greatest false flag in American history is the Rona scare of 2020. And they did it just all for our own good. And even Donald Trump had the Rona. He got diagnosed positive. And you know what they were doing? They were like have people like get killed on a motorcycle accident and stuff come in, and like they say they tested positive for this virus. They were just, it's just all for money. And it's like, you know, and these people that all have to make money, pick a number. How much is enough for you motherfuckers to stop? So every one of us else, so we can live our lives in a comfortable manner, so you guys can stop your money rubbing, and it's all for monies and profits and third quarter innings and all that stuff. There's no spirit in that. Even the churches are it's all a racket. Even the churches are for Satan.
Of any denomination?
Catholics, Mormons, they're all integrated by the dark doers, the lazy, nefarious people that just, you know, want to get the special gifts by freaking doing nasty, gross, ugly things. And they're everywhere. They're the CEOs at freaking YouTube. They're the CEOs at all the media companies, because all the news outlets only put out stuff that they want people to believe and nothing else. Yep. So, I hope people are, I don't know, good with their God, I guess, you know. I hope they are doing that.
It's their choice, and their life is going to be altered.
Yeah, people believe it. They don't know. And governors are little bitches, man. Newsom, the governor, they're all little bitches.
What's his name?
Newsom.
Newsom?
Yeah, he's a Jesuit. He's one of those baby-eating people. Dude wears a freaking $15,000 suit to tell people how much he cares, and then he's closing the state of California down again. I mean, Mom, their rules are so stupid. It's like, wear a mask to walk into a restaurant, sit down at a table, and then take the mask off. But now Newsom is proposing with all his infinite brilliance, the governor of California, is that you wear your mask to the table, and then when you eat, pull it down, take a bite. What a fucking idiot, huh? Huh? How did that guy even become? I think I was already out in Nebraska when that idiot became freaking governor. It's because our votes don't matter. They really don't. It's all who's in charge and who has the most money and who's going to pay to get who in the place. And I didn't want to believe it. I was one of those that was like, no, that's not what they're doing. They're not selling California off to China. And then when you go to bear everything, all the companies, all the buildings are all bought and owned by people in China. So essentially, San Francisco's and a lot of California is predominantly owned by China. Right, and look at all the look at all the businesses and buildings that are empty, right? But they're owned by people in China. But because they did that, there's so many people, and it's not just that. It's our own people that did it too. Because if you look at all like the city employees or city and like state, they bought up all the prime real estate too, and they took it, and then they have all these like empty structures, houses and stuff sitting empty because they bought it and they were going to do special projects with it, but that everybody's on freaking drugs and Adderall and can't finish anything, so they just pass all these projects around and never really finish any of them, and so nothing ever gets done, but those funds are tied up, so people don't get those funds, see? And people can't live in those houses that are sitting empty because somebody somewhere feels like it. And that's how anything ever gets done in this world, is because somebody feels like having things away because they feel like it. And there's a lot of people that feel like watching people suffer in a very large scale. And the thing of it is that's not God's way. So there's going to be consequences for that. And God's very creative. God is a very creative God, and he's witty and all that stuff. And so people are gonna get their freaking. It's gonna be gnarly. Yep. People are gonna get theirs. You know.
Come when they least expect it.
Yep. But.
And they aren't going to be able to say, "Oh, I wish I would."
No, because all that time, Marge, all the astrologers. No, the day of reckoning is over. People had their chance. People have had their chance, and they didn't do it. So now it's like in the story when that guy misses all three of the first responders, then goes to heaven. He's like, no, God's gonna save me, and goes to heaven, and then this is the world we get. So, I gotta go clean out this truck, call the tow truck, and have it done. So I'm gonna get going. I guess I'll just use Chrome. I guess that's what I'll have to do. Safari's not working with streams, so. And that Pelosi, that bitch just needs to fucking die. She just needs to die a natural death. This Pelosi chick, I didn't know who she was either, and she's like the Speaker of the House or some shit. The rules aren't for them. It's where they're all making us puppets, Mom. It's just weird. Newsom, I like that.
What's his name?
That's what this woman calls Newsom, new scum.
She really said that?
Well, yeah, she just wrote. Well, it's not you can call people whatever you want. He's an asshole. He's. You know how many people are freaking dying and ending up homeless in California because of a flu? It's just, and people are still. I've had to unfollow people on my feed on YouTube and I don't have to unfollow anybody on YouTube. They just freaking remove the channels that I like to watch. That's what they do.
Do they do that?
Yeah, because they don't like what the people say. There's no freedom. There's no freedom of speech anymore.
The people, what they say is the truth.
Yeah.
They don't want it to be known.
Yes. Yes. I just fly under the radar of obscurity because I ain't that cute, so people don't watch my videos. Mom, you're my mom. You say that. But there's, other people that are... Did she... No, I did not know she was on Soul Train. That's funny. I don't even know who she is. She's a speaker. I don't know how she came... Because I never paid attention to politics because they're all a reindeer game. It's just all bull... It's always been bullshit.
What does reindeer game mean?
Remember the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, where they all made up games? Reindeer games.
Oh, okay.
And he could never play the reindeer. They're just made up games. They're just made up games. And then they all change the rules to fit them so that they win. And then it's like, these are adult people, Mom. These are the people that are running the governments of the world that I'm talking about. They pay themselves. I'm talking, well, let's see. They all make, what, 170,000, 140,000 a year? 170,000 a year. And then they have all their aides, all their slaves, all their people to pay to do stuff. Go pick up their laundry, go do this, their aides. And they all have their allowances and stuff. And it's just, and this technology is just shit. Congress, pay. Congress, pay, and benefits. Let's see. Oh, since 2009, congressional pay has been $174,000 a year, which at an 80% rate equals to a lifelong pension benefit of $139,000. They're all rich. They're all rich. Can I get some, please? Can I get some, please? I just want my own place. I just want a own piece of the earth where I can live. Can I get some? Can I get a cut on that? That's 535 people. I don't think any of them are worth a piss. Not one of them is worth a piss. Not one of them is worth a piss. Not one of them can change their own tire. Not one of them probably does their own laundry. Not one of them freaking makes their own food. They don't even do their own stuff. So how are they real people? Can someone explain that to me? How are they real? And then they tell us, oh, money doesn't solve your problem. Well, take away your money, give it to me, and we'll see how many problems I can solve, and I'll still be happy. I'm happy without it. I just need it to live more comfortably. That's all. And I don't even need a lot. Because I could stretch. You know what? Hey, DT, I got an ID, Donald. Let me buy out the $67,000 that I paid into Social Security. Can we do buyouts? And then when I'm 65, I won't go to the government. I will just always plan on earning my own income. But what I would like is a little nest egg of my own money that I already paid into. So DT, that'd be really great if you made it possible that we could do our buyouts. Because I don't even know if I'm going to live to be 65, honestly. I really don't. Well, Mom, the world is a hard place. And I'm not 50, so that's 15 years of it not getting better. And it gets harder for old people, and we are meek, and nobody fucking cares. So if nobody cares when I'm, 47, people sure as fuck aren't going to care when I'm 65, So what I would like, sir, is to just get my $67,000 that I paid in over the last 12 years or whatever, when, or 20 years or whatever it was. Can I do that? And then I won't have to be the burden of you. I would love that. And then I can start my own businesses and then buy my own little piece of the pie on the earth, and just not bother nobody and just do my videos and stuff like that. But I guess that doesn't fit into the Lucy fairy tale theater. You know, I feel bad for the people that are going to figure that out, because there's going to be turnover. The truth is going to come out. So people are going to learn all about your tunnel kids and your tunnel people and all the nasty stuff that people have been doing, because profits matter more than money. They do. Yep. It's just a very, very, very ugly place. The world has just gotten really nasty. And then what can you do? You can just find the joy and the silver linings in every situation, you know. That's the best you can do, is keep your spirits up. Yeah, I would like to cash in my birth certificate too. Because they all make money on our numbers. It's just, we're just a business, Mom. It's literally, people are being farmed. You know? It's just, I mean, how much taxes do they make off of our Social Security number? That is, in itself, is just, I just want to go back to, like, the country, like, before the colonists came over. Can we do that?
Oh.
Can we do that before the control freaks came over? Before those blue bloods, those lizard-livered people, they come over? Let's go back. I'm gonna set my heart intention for that. So I don't really care if the power goes out for 10 days and all that shit. I don't fucking care. I can handle anything that comes our way. You know, I mean, we've been uncomfortable for so long. I don't think that comfort, I think at this point, comfort would be fucking uncomfortable for us at this point. Really, I do. You know, like, my adrenal glands are so far in my kidneys right now. I'm just like, oh, maybe they'll come out one day. Who knows? I don't even know.